Okay, good evening, my friends, well wishers, followers. It's already Thursday once again, and I can't believe it's Thursday, but it is. Seems like I only had this program yesterday, except that Dr. Richard wasn't on it, but he's on today. Good afternoon, Dr. Richard.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for the invite, and thank you for allowing me to come into your homes.
Well, it's already almost the middle of the month, the second month of the year, and I know more persons have not even taken down their Christmas decorations as yet.
Wow.
Many persons haven't because time is going by so quickly.
Yeah, time is.
Um, it's already the 12th of February, and holidays are beginning to happen in Guyana. Soon enough, it's going to be Mashimani, and then the holidays go from there. When Mashimani is gone, then we're going to have, I think it's Easter. And when Easter comes, the year is gone. It flies like the kite.
When is Mashimani? With the
Mashimani is going to be 23rd.
of this month?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
23rd of the month.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So it's really running, speeding, flying the days, the months, the years that there's there is some strange occurrences with the channels. I mean, they're not the channels, the weather patterns and everything else. And we had some serious rain this morning. Very
Mm.
serious rain this morning. But before we go there, I want to ask the viewers to call all your friends and relatives and family members and your acquaintances, and they can go to YouTube and put Dr. Joseph Haynes on there on Thursdays or anytime, but particularly now, today, Thursday. Safe TV Channel 2 or Ghana Trusted Television headline news, but put Dr. Haynes in there, Joseph Haynes, and you could just tune in on YouTube and find us live. And then you could save it. You could just press the like button, subscribe, and you'll be reminded every Thursday when the program is going to be on, and you can just tune in. You know, we talk about some good things here. Sometimes we talk about all sorts of things, but there's a lot of good health information that is passed on, and you could benefit from it free of cost. Free, you don't have to pay. The other thing is that if you're local, you can call us at 231-6477 live on Thursdays, and we'll answer your health questions. Don't be afraid to call it. If you have a problem and you want to get an answer, there are two of us on. Dr. Richard, welcome once again. Dr. Richard is on out of Atlanta, Georgia, and you have Dr. Joseph, who's on in Guyana. So you guys can have you folks can have your questions answered regarding your health issues. And for those of you who cannot get out of the house or homes and you have a phone and you can call, you don't have any money to pay, you call, you get free information. That's how it is. So don't be afraid to call and ask the questions. We'd be happy to help you. So once again, just like, subscribe on YouTube, and you'll be reminded every Thursday when the time comes for the program to air. Right? Dr. Richard, we had some serious rain this morning.
Yeah.
And a video was taken of the situation that occurred at the premises.
I saw it. Mm.
And I would love for my operator to play it so that we can see what happens here. And if somebody says climate change is not whatever they think it is, tune in, because we're going to show you what happened here this morning. So I'm going to ask my operator to to actually play that clip. I think it's only a minute long. Play that clip so we could see. I didn't see it, but I
Mm.
would like to see what I was experiencing this morning, and it will be interesting. So, operator, my friend Dale, if you could show that clip, let me know when you do, and I would love to have the audience see what happened this morning at the clinic. I was awakened out of my sleep to be warned about flooding, and when I got out the door, and then looked in the yard, I couldn't believe my eyes. And I had to really get into action quickly because the last time that happened here was only a few months ago. I think it was in November or October, and it damaged a lot of my equipment.
It's a lot of rain.
It flooded the building, and the equipment was damaged, and I still didn't. I didn't recover from that as yet, but I made adjustments because I knew it would happen again. And sure enough, it happened today, but I was prepared for it. For the equipment, anyhow. I wasn't prepared for the speed at which the flooding occurred, but I was prepared for the equipment removal and so on. So, Dale, if you're there, please play that clip for me. I'd be very happy to have the audience see it. It's interesting.
The thing about the meeting this morning. No, the other thing is that it's raining all the time.
Yes, it's not easy enough at all.
It's not easy to pop it out as fast because the rain coming down still. As soon as she gone, all the water come in. Rain come down and flood the whole place. You should stay backside there. As soon as you gone, the rain come down and flood. Yard full of water. Look at that. Wait, video inside, let you see.
So it's blackout plus flood.
Okay. Those of you who are watching our program live, you would have seen that. And I wanted to say something that I think is important here. It is stated that Guyana is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. And you might have heard that.
Mm.
One of the fastest growing economies in the world. You would have also seen or heard that we're building lots of roads. We built a bridge. And I applaud the government for doing those things that are new. However, Dr. Richard, it is it is imperative that the citizens be granted the use of the existing facilities in good order. The drains are not cleaned. I don't know the last year or day, month, I saw persons cleaning the drains around here where we are at the clinic. I don't know the last, I haven't seen a schedule. I have not seen a garbage collection schedule where you know that the garbage, Dr. Richard, like retired.
No,
You're falling asleep, I think.
no, I'm not. I'm listening.
Okay. I haven't seen a schedule of events where the garbage will be picked up. And it was so sad this morning that the garbage was not picked up for the week. And all the trash, all the boxes, and everything that is in the yard
Wow.
of the facility are soaked. They are soaked at this time as I'm speaking to you because the yard was flooded. We had to pump water out of the yard because the drains are clogged. And that is just something that, or those are just two of the ills that we face in this fastest growing economy in the world.
Hmm.
You don't have a garbage collection schedule. Your garbage is backed up. You look around, there are bins all over the place here.
Mhm.
All the trash that we had since last week is still sitting in the yard. Nothing has passed to pick them up yet for the week. Today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. And then, whenever the clouds get heavy in the sky, my nerves misbehave because I know that I have to be on guard to protect the few assets that we have here from the flooded waters. The water just climbs into the building and it just climbs up and seeps in. And then the other thing is that there are people who have built around here that they have elevated their structures and the parapet. So you're down in a hole now because they built there so high that when the water comes, it just settles like a sump pan in your yard.
Wow. It runs off from theirs to yours.
Yes,
Mm.
yes. So it is a shame that we could say that we are the fastest growing economy in the world, one of the fastest growing economies in the world. But yet still I am just one. There's so many citizens. A gentleman from another business, just a few buildings from where we are. He came over to me and he said, Doc, straight down the yard, everything back there is flooded. So much damage he had. He said, we just did all the renovation, everything, and now we thought we would escape this flood. But when you look at the drains are hardly moving, and the water was backing up all the way down in his yard. And then the neighbor in the back of me, and the funny thing that happened this morning is that not only did the rain come and the floods came, but there was power outage.
Oh.
As we say here, blackout. There was blackout.
So you
There
could
was
use
no light,
a pump.
right? There was no light. The place was a little dark still. If we didn't have a backup device, even the room where the generator was flooded. If I didn't have a backup device in this office to plug that cord in, an extension cord, to run it to the pump, to pump the water out to the road from the yard, I don't think we would have had a program today. I don't think so. Because the place was, the power was out, the rain was pouring down, the yard was flooding, the trash is in the yard floating. It was disaster. It was disaster. So if you're gonna be the fastest growing economy in the world, one of them, You need to turn back your hands and fix the ills that exist in the society now. Get the garbage truck, make an arrangement with the garbage collector so that the trash can be picked up on a schedule. Get the city involved in cleaning the drains so that we can have the drains running. You know, I don't know if there's anything that you want to say about things like that
Uh,
where you are, you know.
it sounds like the problem existed for many years because if uh, if they don't have a schedule to pick up the garbage, they don't have a problem. Don't they do any drudging or anything? I mean, what's the I can't visualize it because I haven't been there, but I'm wondering, is there a runoff? Is there some place where they can, if you pump the water, where does the water go?
The water goes on the road.
So where so to
When,
flood the road.
when it runs on the road, vehicles pass and splash it up, and it keeps splashing up, splashing up, splashing
If
up.
everybody pump the water, it goes on the road, and so the road could be flooded. I mean, you have water all there. What's the sewer system? I mean, around there, is there any?
What has happened, I think, is that many of the drains that were made to take the water off were,
Mm.
were filled and covered and made into pathways and roads and I don't know what else.
Oh, okay.
A lot of that was done, and there was, as far as I know, there was a Dutch design situation here in the past where they dug these drains and canals to take off this water, and many of those canals and drains were filled with matter and turned into walkways and roadways.
Oh, okay. So now, see, that's so the solution to the problem now is they have to, I believe, just like any other city, anywhere, you got to have a sewer system. If you don't have a system where the water can run, like a runoff, a place where the water can go, then you're gonna always have that problem.
What I think went wrong with many of these fillings. I don't mind you filling up a drain or a pathway, canal, but put some culverts under there, put
Yeah,
some big pipes under there, and maintain what existed that
yeah.
took care of the flooding.
Mm-hmm.
Maintain that. Put the big pipes or culverts under there,
Right.
and you can still cover
Yeah, you can cover it up, and you just have access to drainage system
at different points. You put
goes
access
in.
or whatever it is.
Yeah.
None of that was done, at least not where I could have seen.
Well, it needs to be done. I mean, if and that's the solution to it because uh, they you can pump your water. Everybody pumping the water. The water is going to go and settle in the street. It's going to destroy the foundation of the street. Then you're going to start getting potholes and big holes and this hole and that hole.
We have a lot of potholes still.
Yeah, that's why it needs a drainage system. So they need to go back in there, redug, and like you suggest, put pipes, big drainage pipe, culverts or whatever, and then uh, from the houses, maybe you put two. I mean, they've done that in cities, even here. There are places here in Georgia where they've never had, a sewer system. They go in and you create. I mean, we're the engineers. I mean, Guyana is we have very smart people. We're the engineers.
I think some of them are sidelined.
Oh no, they need them.
I think because they're not members of a structure that exists or so. They're not invited. They're not consulted. You know. I know someone is calling. Good evening.
Hi dear, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm on to the herbalist.
No, there's no herbalists here. We're naturopaths. We have natural physicians that work here, and we do natural medicines and so on.
So natural, okay.
What is it that you need?
Well, I'm confused. Natural and herbalist is two different things.
Yes, it's different, but it's all natural.
Okay.
What is it that you
I was
wanted?
given this number by a brother, and he was have a lesion on your kidneys and so on.
Yes, but you have to call during working hours, which is between hours of 7 and 4:30 or 3:30.
7
So
and 4:30.
yeah, between 7 and 4:30,
Okay.
Tuesday to Friday. But yes, the clinic offers those things. But you call after
Alright.
7:30 to get inquiries on that and maybe an appointment or so, right?
Okay.
But there's
But
there's a
person,
there's a there's
actually the person wants to come from the States. So I don't know. I'm just going to find out first before I give information.
they can come, they can call, you can call in the morning and they can give you
Yeah.
all the data you need. We do operate
Okay.
in parts of the states in the US.
Okay.
If the person's in Georgia or New York or Florida, um, they can be seen at times when we're there. And,
Okay.
uh,
But then
if
when
they
I
come to
don't know if
Guyana,
they
we
have
can see them in
anything right
Guyana.
now.
I didn't hear you.
There's anybody in the States right now that before he comes here, can
We're
he
in the
get to
States. The
there?
States is a big place. The States is 52 states. Which one of the states?
Mm,
Maybe the Jersey.
50.
In New Jersey?
Yeah.
Well, we normally would go to New York, and that schedule is to be done sometime in March or April,
Oh, okay.
right? So you call tomorrow or another day, Tuesday to Friday,
Yeah.
and you can give
All
them the
right.
number of the other person is in New Jersey. And when we are going to New York, if they can wait, they'll be called and
Okay.
notified, and as to when, where, and the times and so on. Okay.
Oh,
But
all
I
right.
want to say something about this herbalist thing. There's nothing wrong with the herbal side of medicine, but we are
Yeah.
not herbalists here. We do offer natural medicines of all sorts, including herbology or herbs,
Okay. Including,
including the herbs that are being inquired about.
oh, okay.
Right? It's a natural. It's
All right.
basically a clinic that offers natural treatments.
But I think he's really on his way to coming today. And
Well, if he
so,
is, then if he
I have to
is,
call you back tomorrow.
if he is, then it's just a matter of making an appointment when he gets here. Okay?
Mhm. Yeah.
The same number between 7 and maybe 3:30 or 4, Tuesday to
Yeah.
Friday. But we are on a live program now, so I took the call because I thought it was a caller. Okay, you can tune in. You can actually tune into the program on just put in Dr. Joseph Haynes on YouTube and
What's the name? What's the name?
Dr. Joseph Haynes, Haynes,
Yes. Okay. All
Haynes. Go
right.
to YouTube, put that name in, and it will come up. You can subscribe. Hit the like button, subscribe, and then when we are on the program on Thursdays, you will be
Okay.
notified, and you can come on live and see the program. You can actually go on live and see the program now.
Oh, all right. So thank you.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Mm.
Yeah, Dr. Richard. So I think what has happened is many of the engineers who are aware of what needs to happen with the sewer systems and all that, maybe not consulted or maybe sidelined or whatever. But I think they should come together and consult, at least consult, to know what is best to fix the ills that exist now in the country that affects the citizens. For instance, for as long as we're here, we are on a septic tank. We are still on a septic tank, and we're not the only ones.
Mm,
You know, I don't know what type of sewer system exists, but we're on a septic.
mm-hmm.
And this is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. We are still on a septic tank. Where is the sewer system? I can't tell you.
Well, that's one of the things they need to do is to, I believe, to go and just get the plans, the city plan, and get the Army Corps of Engineers if they exist, and go and survey the areas that have problems. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is not a new problem; it's an old problem.
Oh, it's old and it's not fixed. It's not getting
You need
fixed.
to, address it, and it's good that you're bringing some attention to it, so that maybe somebody who's listening or knows
I
somebody.
hope, I hope they will listen and do something about it. Not just, this is not a political situation. This is
No, no, it's everybody's. It's a life.
a situation that affects you.
Yeah.
You have to go in that water, Dr. Richard.
Mm.
You have to go in that water in the yard, and the septic tank drains into the drain that
Oh
is in
wow.
that the water floods into.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'm serious,
That's not good.
right? And the septic tank goes sometimes below the water level in
Mm.
the yard. So the sewer comes out in the yard, the waste matter, whatever it is, comes into the yard, into the water, and you've got to be dealing with that. Can you imagine the hazard that exists?
Yeah, I mean, not in the whole area. You can have some pretty bad situations. Yeah, in a condition like that, a lot of places would be condemned, especially if there's a lot of flooding like that.
And this is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. I'm not fabricating anything. This is existing. And this is not, I'm only talking about it because I experienced this in the past more
It,
than once.
it happened.
It happened again, and it's happened again today, and it's getting on my nerve that no one seems to be doing anything about it, and it's like nobody cares.
Well, I think information needs to go to the right people, and because I remember what year was it that there was a whole lot of flooding, and this was in
2005,
2005. Yeah, 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 yeah.
2005.
When you have a situation and that you're playing with that scenario again.
They had a breakout of leptospirosis,
Oh wow.
yeah, and some other things that existed
Yeah,
then,
the cholera and all sorts of things,
yeah.
and all sorts of plagues.
When you have a septic system that you use, and you have a flooding situation that exists, you're talking about risk of all sorts that can happen there to the people's lives.
Contamination, it goes everywhere.
You see, so you've got to get disinfectant in your house all the time.
Chlorine, bleach, and all that stuff.
You have to have all sorts of things because
Yeah.
mosquitoes are like crazy. It's really terrible. And
Yeah.
you're busy building all kind of roads and bridge and all that, and you're forgetting that you have existing problems that are affecting the citizens, and it's health issues. This can create health hazards that can be an outbreak of cholera or leptospirosis or something. We already have a mosquito problem.
Even E. coli, could be.
Well, we have a lot of E. coli, as you know. We see that every day.
Mm.
I saw that today. Patients E. coli and gastroenteritis and all that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
it's really mind-boggling when you know that you are out here trying to help people to solve their health problems. Because there are many persons who are sick with all sorts of things. We see so much cancer now. Everybody asking me, Doc, where all this cancer coming from? They're asking me that, Doc, where all this cancer coming from? All of a sudden, there's cancer everywhere, and people are dying left, right, and center, and nobody is saying nothing. Nobody is doing anything. We have people here who are having serious issues with coronavirus. Coronavirus.
Mm.
And it's like nothing happened anywhere, not mentioned any place, nobody to take caution, to do. No, none of that. I don't know what is really going on. I don't know I really can't tell you. But this is Guyana I'm talking about. This
Yeah.
is Guyana. Okay?
Some places, even developed countries are having issues. It's like things are going backward. Yeah.
It seems like people's brains are being turned the other way. I don't know. The ones who are responsible to ensure that they take care of the welfare of the citizens.
Mhm.
It seems like there's a reversal in their thinking.
Mhm.
And this. You don't need to play political games with this. This is a crisis that can occur, that can take your economy in another direction.
Yeah, it can take your life too, and theirs. I mean, everybody's at risk.
we're losing people, and I'm not sure if the right reasons for losing them is stated.
Mhm.
I'm not sure the right reasons are stated.
Yeah.
But it was a shame this morning when I looked. I was awakened with a phone call. A phone call. I was awakened.
Mm.
I was told that your yard is flooding. The yard is flooding.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then I looked out, and I had to go right to work, straight to work. You know, if I wasn't thinking right, I probably would have been pumping water out today still. You know, it's crazy.
Mm.
I looked in the neighbor's yard. There was water. They couldn't even walk in. They couldn't. They had to take off their shoes and walk, and they're walking in the same water that the sewage system flows into.
You get sick. You can get sicknesses like,
Not only adults, you know, I'm talking about children too.
the immune system. If your immune system is weak, that's why you get sick.
It's really it's really mind-boggling to think that there are people who travel, who see, who know, supposed to know what to do. I'm sure we have engineers here who know exactly what to fix, what to do to fix this crisis. We cannot change the rain. We cannot change the rain. We cannot do anything about. We cannot stop the rain, but we can change what we do to handle the rainfall. We
Hmm.
can change that. And don't tell me the tide is high. I don't want to hear that. We cannot change that either. We cannot change the direction the tide flows. We cannot change the time the tide will come to the point where it gets high. What we need to do is to put things in place to manage our fears when that happens because we can't change it.
Yeah, they have to address the issue, and the solution is, like you said, they need a sewer system that is very active. one that one that is, does not really depend on human effort, because the drainage system, you know, you gotta get somebody to clean it out and all that stuff. You got a culvert big enough, everything goes up, but where is it going to run to? It's going to run to the ocean, or to the river, and that's another issue too. But yeah, I mean, city planning, they have to plan things out. I know it's an old city, and most old cities, especially in the Americas, they're having very similar problems. You know, the sewer system was like the last thing people think about, years ago. You know, so it's an existing problem, and they need a current solution for it. You know, and they can do it.
Of course, they can do it. If they focus on the needs of the citizens, they can do it,
And they
and if
can.
they consult with the right people, because in many instances you see people doing work, you see them working, and the way you see them working, you know it's the wrong people doing the work.
Oh boy,
You can tell that these people don't really know what they're doing.
that's another issue.
So you're taking square pegs and putting them in wrong holes.
Wow.
That you can never fit a square into a wrong hole. It doesn't work. You're going to have gaps.
Mhm.
And they keep using people who don't know what in the world they're doing to do the things that people have to depend on.
Well, we need training, but training, you know. But with the sewer system, like in most cities, like in this city where I am, um, and a lot of people are upset about it, but this is what's happening now, is that they are charging you for runoffs. If you have to use the sewer system for any reason, for example, what they're doing is in this city is if you use a certain amount of gallons of water from in your home, they'll charge you a specific amount to use for that water, and they're charging you the same amount for the sewer system. Yeah. So this is what happens. You use $30 worth of water, but then your bill is like $70.
You're paying to process it out.
Exactly. So and that's the thing that it's another issue whether or not people can afford or
But
will
the
be able
thing, Dr. Richard, the thing that is happening there, if I'm seeing it right, is that your country recycles water.
well, yeah,
They, they take the water that you use,
in the sewer system to take it to a plant
they
and
take
then
it to the plant, and they regenerate water with it. They recycle
yeah,
it.
yeah, that's what
They
it is.
don't recycle water here.
They need to do that. Then you'll always have fresh, clean water.
They don't recycle water here. The water runs and drains into the river or the ocean if it
Mm,
gets there, or the sun dries it up. You know,
okay. But Guyana is a land of many waters, man. You got a lot of rivers. They have fresh water.
they don't have to recycle water here. There's so much water that you don't have to do.
Yeah, but that's the other issue. Are people going to be able to afford the sewer system? Because somebody's going to have to pay the upkeep of it, and so
The sewer system will save the country a lot of money.
it would save the country a lot of money with in as far as infrastructure and everything else. Because that water, believe it or not, that flooded your yard will do infrastructure damage to the roads and every other foundation that it goes.
Of course,
You know,
of
so
course.
it's costing you tremendous.
That water that was in my yard
Mhm.
can be used to build a whole house.
Yeah,
A
Yeah.
whole concrete house could be used. That water could have been used to build a house.
they recycle it, they filter it, they clean it, and you always have water.
Yeah.
And I know places like in Antigua, they have like a mixed sort of sewer system. They have like those same ones where in Guyana they dig like a trench. Yeah, they have that, and then they have some places where they do have like the culvert, the big pipes, and so forth. And a lot of times in that particular country, they have problems with drought and things like that. So if it rains, they collect the water. They have a cistern in the house,
Right. So they have a backup system.
right?
Yeah.
So most of the times, especially any water coming on the property, they collect it. You know, there's black water or dark. They some places, some houses collect it and they have filtration systems that they can use it. That amount of rain and that's a lot of water. Your cisterns would be filled.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's so many different. That's why they need engineers to. I mean, you can't really. Well, they can probably some places can sort of take take over nature, use nature to their benefit. But the rain, is coming, and you can use so many different ways in which you can utilize
Of
the actual
course.
water that is, or whatever is coming down from the sky to benefit you.
I wish I could if I could take all of that water that is flooding the yard and put it in some tanks.
Yeah,
You could reuse it back, or you could sell it back, or
you can use it, and they use it. I mean, unfortunately, I mean, even though it's E. coli and everything else in the water.
no, I'm not talking about the water that was was mixed with the sewer.
Hmm.
I'm talking about the water coming into the yard before it mixes with the sewer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you catch it first, and then you can
If you
utilize it.
capture that water, then you can do a lot of things with that
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
You know,
Is the water coming? Well, you did say the water is coming from other properties to where you are, right? Because they're higher and so forth.
um, I saw that happening indeed,
Hmm.
and I had to put a stop to some of that. Um, but what really happens is that because the drains are blocked,
Okay, no, it's just
there's
flooding.
no runoff.
Right. It's just flooding, accumulating, and
Just backs up all the time.
there should be somebody paid to do that service in those areas every day.
There should be people. There should be people who are flushing the drains all the time.
Every day.
You know, and
Right.
what they
Okay.
do, a simple solution to the drain problem is to pipe it.
Hmm.
You put pipes inside, and then you put manholes along the way,
Hmm. Hmm.
so you can have access to those big pipes, and you cover the drain.
The sewers.
You cover it. It will end a lot of troubles.
Hmm.
It will end a mosquito problem too,
Oh yeah,
and a rat problem.
yeah.
These guys, man, I don't know, Dr. Richard. I don't know the brain.
I'm
Where
pretty. I'm
brain?
pretty
I
sure
don't know.
there are people who are thinking like you're thinking, and they probably don't have the, like you said earlier. They're not
They're not being utilized.
right. They're not utilized, and I
You
know.
have you have people who are you have people I know for a fact because I know some of them. You have people who are farmers
Mhm.
that stopped farming and are now building roads without any experience.
Oh, and they're looking to have income, money, probably.
You know,
Mhm.
it's things like that that's happening. You have electricians. I know an electrician. I know him personally, who is now a road contractor. He's,
That's where the money is. Then
he's building roads.
that's where the money is. Yeah.
Where did he get the experience from to build roads? He's an electrician.
Mm.
You're there to provide power, to connect homes, to connect wires and the network of wires to create power in the homes of people or businesses. You're now building roads. If I saw you putting lights up where the roads are being built is another story. But you building roads, you know. Anyway, Dr. Richard, I think the more I talk, the more it gets me angry. But I'm stressing this because we're supposed to be one of the fastest growing economies in the world in Guyana. Okay, but yet still we have these serious ills that exist and they're not being addressed.
Well, maybe they'll start addressing them. I mean, the income is there, and the need to fix infrastructure probably is more more of a necessity now that they're getting a lot of people coming, the money is there, and investments are coming. So some things they have to address. Hopefully that's one of them. You know, or maybe everybody should build their property a little higher.
Well, we get ready to do that.
You know,
We have to do it higher because we are in a sinkhole here. And every time the rain sets up, I get the jiggers because I'm wondering how long it's going to pour. And I'm thinking, if I'm not here, by
yeah,
chance, well, if I'm out of town and it happens, what will happen here?
the whole house could be floating away, going someplace.
We come back and all of the equipment is in the
God,
yard when we float out, or pile up by the door because they float to the door because the place is flooded.
yeah.
You can't. It is difficult for you to understand why the focus is not on providing a service to keep your citizens happy, keep them to keep them focusing on the things of life that they need to focus on. The drain is not their problem. The drain should not be their focus.
Hmm.
They should be focused on the children going to school, making sure they get enough monies to keep them healthy, give them the nutrients they need. I am starting a drive with the parents to get them to realize that they need to immunize their children, not with injections, but with the antioxidants to build their immune system so that they can ward off these viruses that as a matter of fact it's happening more and more. The teachers are complaining. They call me up, doc, take a picture of this child and send it to me. Is this contagious or not? Things like that. Doc, is this contagious? Why? Because they see something on a child that looks like something that they don't know or they don't understand or they've never seen it. And they're sending me the pictures and asking me the question, is this thing contagious? Do you think? You know?
Mm.
And some of it might be and some of it might not be.
Don't they have nurses and or medical personnel there?
Schools, Dr.
Maybe
Richard, do you think this is Guyana? What are you talking about?
none of this should have.
Nurses in schools doing what? Nursing school, maybe.
No, I mean they have in
They
case
have,
people
they
kids
have,
get sick, help.
health facilities that are near schools.
Okay, that's
Some
good.
of them near schools. Some of them, right? I know that for a fact that there are health facilities
They have clinics, right, close by.
near the schools.
Yeah, and the thing is, the parents should take more responsibility. If the kid is sick, don't send them to school.
Well, listen, I understand what you're saying, but now in Guyana, one salary cannot maintain a home, family. Not anymore.
Mhm.
One salary cannot maintain a household. If you have three children in a household and you have a mortgage and these children are in school, the salary sounds like plenty. Like some teachers earn maybe $100,000 a month, right?
Mhm.
$100,000 a month sounds like a lot of money,
Well, there's a lot. It's a big number.
but $100,000 per month is under 500 US. It's
Yeah.
under 500 US dollars a month.
So.
So if a teacher is earning $100,000 or $120,000 a month, it sounds like a lot of money to the ears of many who don't know the currency exchange rate.
Hmm.
But $120,000 in Guyana is just about $600 or under US per month. This teacher now has to pay a rent or a mortgage. They have to pay a car note maybe, or they have to pay transportation to get their children off to school and back home every day. They have to provide meals for the children. They have to provide meals for themselves. They got bills to pay.
Mm.
They have to pay all their bills, electricity, water, phone, everything else. They got to cook food. How in the world are they going to survive on that? It sounds like a lot of money.
No, no, no. The thing is,
It only sounds like a lot of money. And this is the reason why we have so many ills and so many sicknesses in our country, because the average family cannot afford to pay for medicines for their children. The average family cannot afford to buy the nutrients that the children need to sustain them or to keep them from being infected with diseases. The average family cannot afford to buy the food to get the quality of the foods that are to be prepared to provide for their families. That's why we have so many diseases in our country.
it's
That's
true.
why we have so many sicknesses, because
Stress.
it's they cannot afford it.
Mm.
The average family cannot afford a decent lifestyle in this country, and yet still we're supposed to be the fastest growing economy in the world. One of them.
Oh,
It's all hogwash. It's garbage.
America, the westernized Guyana is becoming westernized. I mean, the the bills are getting higher, and Americanized country now.
If you don't have if the average family does not have monies coming in from families overseas on a monthly basis, many of them are going to be impoverished and probably living in the streets.
Wow.
If you check Western Union in Guyana,
Mm.
the remittance that comes into Western Union for the Guyanese families here is enormously high because they can't afford a lifestyle, even though they're probably living at the minimum.
Mm.
And I can tell you the silliness that they do. Some of the families do real nonsense. Like they spend their monies buying a lot of garbage, like boom boxes, big loudspeakers, the cars are passing in the streets, and it's like carnival when they pass. All the cars that are fitted with alarm systems, they go off.
All the music is loud.
It's so loud, Dr. Richard. It's so loud and lawless.
Wow.
So loud and lawless. You can't even sleep at night. If you're in a deep sleep And these people pass and they do it 2 or 3
Mm.
o'clock in the morning.
What?
You were awakened by some idiot who drives down the street as if he alone is living in the street. And many of them don't even live in the street. But they drive with the noises so loud that it shatters your sleep. It awakens you. No wonder we have so many people with neurological problems.
Well, there's a solution to that. Some in one county they had very similar problems. They put a noise ordinance, and you can get a ticket.
Dr. Richard, this is Guyana. Okay, the police are involved in some of that. Some of their cars are laden with those things. Some of the government official, the children or they themselves have their vehicles doing the same thing.
Mm.
So who's going to stop it? Who's going to put the ordinance in place? There is a noise nuisance law in this country that is not enforced.
Well, they need to enforce it. They're
Who's
ready
going
for
to
it.
enforce it when they're part of it?
Well,
You see, so you're talking about one of the fastest growing economies in the world, and you have situations here that are wrecking people's lives happening, and you can't fix that. You can't fix that.
mm-mm.
You know, I mean, I don't really want to get started, but sometimes I can't help it. This flooding today,
It triggered everything. Huh?
oh, it really awakened something in me that I kept pressing it down. You know, because I'm trying, I try very hard to separate myself from the ignorance that occurs here. You have people here, Dr. Richard, who ride motorcycles up and down the street as if it's the Temeri race course. And you tell the authorities about those things, and there's a deaf ears, you know, and they're doing it, and children are going to school in the same street that they do that on.
That's dangerous.
You know, when one of their children are struck and killed, then they might do something about it.
I hope that don't happen. But
It's
I
going
mean,
to happen.
they just
It's going to happen. Trust me, it's going to
Yeah.
happen.
they have so many things in the books, and they need to enforce the law. That's all. Once they start doing it, people get the message, and that actually enforcement means you can get imprisonment and fine.
Dr.
They
Richard,
can make money.
Dr. Richard,
But a sewer system.
you're talking about Guyana.
Yeah, but it just take a few people, like one district, one area to the police officers to enforce things and forget it.
Say it again.
But I know what you're saying.
Police officer. The police are involved in it.
Well,
I'm not ashamed to say it.
yeah.
And if you call the police to report something about that, the person who does it know it's you who call them.
Oh, the police tell them.
How do they know?
Yeah,
How would they know?
but it seems like they have a lot of things in place. They just need to implement it.
There's a lot of lawlessness that goes on here in this country, Dr. Richard, that if the politicians and those who are responsible only begin to focus on those things and implement the laws that are made, they could change what happens in this country, and people will admire them for the changes that they would enforce that are there already on the books.
Well, maybe today somebody's gonna hear it and say we got to do this. Take it to the committee.
What they might do is target me for saying what I'm saying today.
Nah,
That's the stupidity they do. I'm telling you, that is what happens here in Guyana. You cannot talk about the ills of the society without somebody saying to you that you need to stop it. That is an authority. And I'm not saying anything that is not happening.
no, but I'm pretty sure they're experiencing the same things too. Or similar.
No, some of these guys live in soundproof homes. They can't hear the noise. Some of them have the garbage collector coming by 6 days a week to pick up the garbage. And they can't pass by your house one day. Some of them have security, and they have bumps in the street, speed bumps in their streets, that these motorcyclists and the cars who are on the racetrack will not go in their streets. But yet they wouldn't put it in streets where it happens. that they don't live in. You've got schools. There's a school right next door where I am. Children that are infants are there, and they're not just a few. This is not a small school. But yet still, the noise that comes out of the vehicles that passes here, and the children are in classroom,
Mm.
and the noise level is that's emitted from the vehicles is so loud that the children respond in the school to the noise.
How they respond? The dancing and
It's like a roar, you know.
oh,
You know,
oh, they're excited about it. It's like
I don't think they're excited, but they're probably rebelling in that way.
oh, rebelling. Oh boy.
You know? They probably are rebelling in that way. You see,
But-
so when we talk about the ills, and when people come, like someone came to me on Friday, no, on Tuesday, and asked me, this is a patient that asked me, Dr. Haynes, don't you think it's my nerves?
Yeah.
Don't you think it's my nerves? So what make you think it's your nerve? Because it only happens to me when this happens to me. When they experience this thing, that's when it happens.
Mm.
You know, these things are affecting people, and
The lifestyle.
and the authorities are turning a blind eye to it.
Yeah, they need to. I mean, there's so much potential to make income, man. They just start giving tickets and fines. It'll stop quickly.
Listen, if I had anything to do with it, when they pass here with those motorcycles without the exhaust, I would have a roadblock up the street. That when they get there, they are made to take it off immediately or fix it, or it is captivated, put it in a vehicle, and taken to the station or to a pound
When
where
they
it's
seize it.
seized.
Yeah.
Until they begin to do things like that, the nonsense is not going to stop.
They'll start doing it. Trust me.
Who's going to start doing it? This is Guyana you're talking about.
You know, because it's
Not
potential.
America. This is Guyana.
They can make the city. They can make a lot of income. I mean, some believe it or not, some counties that's that's the revenue. Fines.
You telling me you dare not
Yes,
have
pass. No way.
that is modified that makes noise.
No way.
In most parts of America, you don't do that.
You can't do that. They'll take the vehicle.
You do not. There are noise nuisance laws that exist. That if you have your noise coming out of your vehicle over a certain decibel, it is recorded, and you would get a ticket in the mail,
Ticket. You get seized. It gets seized.
and then it would impound your vehicle.
Yeah. They start doing stuff like that. Trust me, it's gonna be so quiet you won't believe what's going on.
This is a country of lawlessness. Okay,
They have the laws, but they just gotta enforce them. That's all.
they need to enforce them.
They need to enforce them.
First, have to enforce them on themselves
You know.
because many of them are part of it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but that's another scenario there. You know, you can.
I spoke with someone the other day
Mm,
about the noise that's coming out of vehicles. This is when they play these things, Dr. Richard. If you listen to the news or you're watching a movie or anything, which I hardly do, the news I listen to most times. For the minute that they pass there, the seconds that they linger, you hear nothing
wow.
except the noise coming from those vehicles or motorcycles or whatever it is.
No, that's not good.
You complain about that, it is totally ignored. Totally ignored. How you know it's ignored? Because nothing's done about it. The same motorcycles are passing up and down all the time.
Well, they're gonna get one these days. Very soon, they're gonna get a surprise. Because if you complain about it, I know many others are too.
I wish I was in a position, if I was in a place
Mhm.
where I could have done something about that. Trust me, this country, you come here, you'd want to come. You'd want to come here because all this nonsense is happening would not happen. It
And
would
I'm pretty sure that is where they're heading with now. If they're gonna have to clean up the country.
I don't think it'll happen in my lifetime.
You don't think so?
No,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll do that.
I am not trying to be negative, but I don't think it'll happen in my lifetime. You have to get rid of all those people who are part of it. You have to get rid of them, and they're not going to do that.
It's
Too many of them.
left to be seen. But if the economy is changing and the country has it's actually um, placed in a very good position to do a lot of positive things. But you got to clean up. You got to clean up your house. I remember that remind me of I think it was the '60s, late '60s, early '70s.
We only have about 2 more minutes.
Yeah, when the Queen used to be making her announcement that she's going to visit. Remember how clean that country used to be? Everybody, all the roads were taken care of. Everything was spick and span. You
We,
remember that?
we used to play in the drains.
Yeah.
We used to make paper boats. I remember that.
Mhm.
We used to invent boats, make paper boats, and have them in the drain, running in the drain,
Mhm.
operating in the drain, in the drains that were there. The water was so clean you could see right to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because there used to be people coming around almost every day cleaning it.
exactly. It was routine. They had a crew that was designed, or their purpose was to clean the drains.
Yeah, every day.
Crew,
Every
their
day.
purpose was to pick up the garbage. They had a crew, their purpose was to cut the carpets, cut the yards, or not the yards, cut the sides of the streets.
Yeah.
The crew was there to do that in the region. In every region they had that.
Yeah, and they put people to work, and there people were making income
We
and
should
stuff.
have kept the Queen here. That's what we should have done. We should have kept the British here.
Yeah.
Because the place has gone to the dogs, really. Seriously.
I did one thing. I went back and I looked in the at the pictures of you know parts of the country. It's unbelievable
Yeah.
what it used to look like.
And
Unbelievable.
from then to now, unbelievable. With all this construction that's going on and all the things that are happening, all the roads, what happened to the existing situations that you have? What are you doing about what existed already?
Yeah, they got to look at the infrastructure, and they have to have the Army Corps of Engineers go and look at architecture and look at
Talking about, we're talking about the Army Corps of Engineers from another country.
they have them there too, don't they?
I don't think we have that here.
Okay.
I don't think we have that here. I don't. If
Or
we do, it's very small.
they have the CD planners, people who are planning. Who knows?
I think, but I wonder if they have real zoning laws in place, because you would see a restaurant open here, then you see a fast food store open there, then people house the nice houses next door, or in the middle somebody building an apartment.
Well, yeah, that's residential and commercial and all that stuff is mixed in. That's
Yeah,
that is the thing. Yeah.
it needs to be, serious people need to be put in positions who understands what is needed and who understands the ills of the society,
Mm.
prepared to do what it takes to correct the ills.
Yeah, they do, and they need to be addressing it even when it's not raining. You got to be preemptive.
The best time to fix it is when it's not raining. When
Yeah,
it's not raining, you fix it. Like the best time to take care of your health, which I tell the patients, the best time to take care of your health is when you're not sick.
right.
Don't wait until you get sick to try to take care of your health. It's far gone already.
Yeah.
Now you have to go and find what is causing your illnesses, and then you have to keep working up to get to the point where you're not sick anymore if you get there.
Yeah, you
You
keep
know, don't wait until the problem occurs before you address what causes it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Many persons are sick today because they're negligent. They wait until they're really sick before they seek help. You maintain something that is good, and then it wouldn't go bad.
Mhm.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
Richard, time is up. We didn't really address things we want to address. I think this will help a lot of people, and I hope that the right people can listen and hear and
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they will. And
take the steps to. I like how you're positive, but I'm living here.
yeah, I know, but you gotta You know,
I like your positive way, but I've been positive for a long time, But it's
yeah, you're living there, but I'm pretty sure the problem is not just unique to you. You know,
no, it's not just me because they come here and complain.
yeah, and
Residents come here and complain as if I can do something about it. I
and
guess what I can do is put it on the air.
I think where you're living, yeah, they should have a meeting with those people in that area. That's how government listens a lot. A city meeting or a meeting that can address certain issues in the area and take care of it. Somebody will. I know you have a representative too. So
You know what they do? They chastise you.
they shouldn't.
Instead of them taking that information and using it in a positive way, they say you're talking against them or you don't like them.
Well, no, how could that be? Because you have evidence of the
That's,
condition.
that's how it is here. It's
No,
very,
man. When you have the flood, you can show them. I mean, what
well,
could
I hope they saw they saw the little.
yeah, all the things there, man. If there's not, how can you refute that? There's no way to refute that. I mean,
I don't know. Anyhow, I know the guys are probably wondering to go off. I want to thank you for being here today to share some of the the situations. But I promise you that the next time we get on, we will discuss some health issues.
uh, what you're talking about is really a health issue. If
I know it is. I know it is. It's not normal for us to talk like this, but it really is. There are health matters because it's affecting the people in the society, and they come here and they know it is, and they remind you not don't you think it's because of my nerve. So what is causing your nerve to behave that way? Well, they come and the dog barking all night, the noise in the street up and down, the garbage doesn't pick up. The places that all the grass is growing high. We got so much mosquitoes. I mean, listen,
yeah,
these things are affecting society, but society is not doing anything about that. Anyhow, I want to thank you for being on the program. Time has passed. I hope the folks who are in charge will take this information and use it positively. And thanks for watching and for being a part of the program. If you want to make an appointment to see us, just call 231-6477 about your health issues, and we will take care of you. Dr. Haynes saying good night. Dr. Richard, thank you.
thank
God
you for
bless
the
you,
invite.
and so long.
All right.